All right. So the next example, one of the other best Shark Tank companies when it comes to success, they've done over $100 million in sales. I don't know exactly what it was. You can look it up. But Bombas sucks, okay? Now they're doing a lot of other things, as you see, expanding, upselling, creating different products. Once you build a brand, once you get customers, you can always upsell them on things. So let's start with the socks, right? So these are basically comfortable socks. Okay. They have a social mission, which is when you buy a pair of socks, they donate a pair to the homeless and to charity, right? I think they started out with homeless. I don't know if they do charity now as well. But as you see, they are expensive, $13 for one pair, but they're very high quality and they need to leave some money where you're donating money, right? Some money where you're donating socks. Okay. So behind their mission, there was always, the talk track, the story of them saying, hey, they want people to talk. When you buy the product, they're going somewhere. Hey, I just bought these socks. Like, hey, do you do charity? Yeah, I have a bunch of Bombas socks. I donate to the homeless and so on and so on. So it's a social cause, right? If you guys don't know, if you're a large enterprise company, like let's just say McDonald's for an example, social responsibility is basically like a whole separate company of McDonald's. It's giving back. Why? Because people talk shit, right? I think that's like one of the reasons. But like nobody likes a big company that makes a lot of money that doesn't give back. So that's why large companies have social responsibility to give back and a few other things, of course, but that's like one of the main things. So Bombas socks, without being a huge brand, and there are many companies like this today, small businesses that are just starting out selling online. Like the story, as I mentioned, the story sells the product, right? Like you'll see in the videos that are coming up, the story sells the product, you sell the product, the branding, the marketing, and so on, right? The content is what makes you stand out, the packaging. This stuff is easy. Like business ideas are super easy. Making a good product, making socks just like this is super easy. Just putting in the work to do the marketing and things like that is what takes time and effort, right? Like this is a piece of cake. So if you wanted to start a sock company or something similar when it comes to clothing, let's stick to socks. You can start by, doing some research on design, right? You can create your own designs. For example, you can hire a graphic designer. You can do it yourself. If you know how to use Canva, which is, you probably heard of it. It's just like a platform where you can design uh, things and do a bunch of other stuff. You can make cool socks only with pictures of dogs, cats, coffee. People love socks, right? Like Bombas, I would not do something like this. I think the competition is way too high. I would do some like crazy sock thing. Like I just mentioned, full of milkshakes, donuts. I would do like real life stuff like weights, dumbbells, certain types of food, right? That people like, Big Macs, whatever, right? Like something funny, like a funny sock, lots of different things. Okay. So it's basically like a custom sock print business. So you have two options. I'll show you another business of this kid. Like you can buy a printer and create custom socks, of course, in your own house, but you can also have them made for you, which I think is the easier route. Okay, so if you wanted somebody to make socks for you and you don't want to buy your own custom sock printer and then buy cheap socks and print them, which I think is also a great business. And once again, we'll talk about that. But you can contact like these companies as an example. You can research more of them. But like, if you take a look at like these guys here, they have no minimum order requirements. Like you can literally order 100. You can order them as people buy them. Like somebody buys 10 pairs of socks today, you can just place that order, have them printed out and delivered and so on. So these are some companies that you can look up and find out how much it will cost for you to get socks that have like Donald Trump all over them, or like whatever you want to do, right? You can have any sort of messaging, pictures, nature, art, music, things that people like. And once again, it all comes down to the marketing. Okay. So if you wanted to start a sock business, check out these companies, talk to them, right? You might not have an idea of what you might want to do like on day one, but just talk to them and be like, hey, if I place an order for 500 socks with violins on them, what's the quality? What options do you guys have for quality? What's the shipping time? What's the delivery time? Do you guys do white labeling, which means put your brand on it? You don't have to have your own brand on it, because people also like socks that just don't have like a brand. There's also just like the white socks and stuff like that. If you just want that with pictures on them, I would have like a little tiny brand maybe in the back of the sock, just definitely for some brand recognition. But yeah, just ask them like, what's the delivery time if I place an order? When am I going to get the socks? What quality of socks do you have? What types of socks do you have? Like knee highs, ankle socks, so on and so on. So you can just gather information and then see what the cost is to get some of these socks delivered to you or delivered to your customer. And you always have to keep in mind that people are not going to buy socks from you unless they have like it's a very competitive market, of course, but everything else is too. They're going to buy it because they want to pay for a laugh. Like, hey, my grandpa got socks with donuts on it and he just eats donuts and it's a laugh. It's like a coffee table conversation. People are going to pay for emotion in order to buy somebody a super cool birthday present, a Valentine's Day present, right? Like pick somebody's favorite food, favorite drink, favorite place on earth, right? And get some custom socks delivered, or, sell to the masses like, I love you, happy birthday, things like that. A lot of people can buy that. It's somebody's birthday every single day. So people are going to pay for that experience, right? You're not selling socks. You're never selling an actual product, right? Like I don't sell peanut butter. I sell a better lifestyle. I sell a better physique if you choose not to be fat, right? Like you can eat this, and not being fat, feeling better leads to other things. So I sell a better lifestyle. My peanut butter is just a vehicle that is in between that, right? Like knowledge. This course, I don't sell like my business knowledge. I'm selling a better life for everybody. People that decide to do this are going to change their life forever. Many thousands have already went through this school, this online university, and changed their lives. So many people have no idea about business. Like, hey, I can actually do something like this. Like, who knew? Like, hey, I can actually contact these companies. They can make socks for me, right? I changed lives. So you will change lives as well. You will make people better. You will entertain them. You will help them in some sort of way. So that's what you're selling, right? That's what you always have to keep in mind, and not be like, why would somebody buy $7-10 socks from me? Bombas, $13. Why would they buy it? Because there's a charity cause, they're high quality, they're comfortable, and there's that social responsibility aspect to it as well, right? So don't ever really think like, oh yeah, there's a price thing to it, 100%. But when you're selling something different, your competition is not socks. Like Bombas, their competition is not socks, right? People that have a little more to spend, they're selling comfort, they're selling a good feeling. They're selling a good feeling, and they're selling helping out the homeless, helping out charities, and so on. So that's what they're selling. Socks are just a vehicle, okay? So if this is something that you might be interested in, here's a good start. We can always talk about this, get more information in our group as well. All right, let's go to the next product.